Okay, so let's start with the next topic in our nonlinear data structure, the series of nonlinear data structures. So we have been discussing the various forms of tree. We have discussed binary search tree and then 2-3 tree. So the next in the sequence is AVL tree. AVL tree is basically, there are three words A, V and L. Actually, these are the initials of the scientists who have invented or who have proposed this tree. So otherwise, it's basically a height balanced binary search tree. That's what you can understand it. So I think this is important. Height balanced binary search tree. Now we all know that what do we mean by binary search tree? Binary search tree means that any value uh, which is on the left of the node is always less than the node value, and any value which is greater than the node is always on the right of the node. So basically that is binary search tree, but this is not just simple binary search tree, it is height balanced binary search tree. That means at any instance of a time for a given tree, height is always balanced. Height means the height of the entire tree is always balanced. So how it is being done, or what are the steps which are required to balance the tree in this form? The first thing which is required is to compute a balance factor. Okay. So first we need to understand what do we mean by balance factor. But the important thing is balance factor is the term, or it is the value which actually makes this entire tree height balanced. So first let us understand what do we mean by balance factor. This equation is important. Balance factor means that height of left subtree minus height of right subtree. Now again you need to understand what do we mean by subtree. Okay, and we have already discussed that subtree means that left the a single node or a group of node which is actually a subset of any particular tree. So given any node like this is my node, right? Let us say 20. So 20 is a node, then height of left subtree. Left subtree means this. Okay. So this is the left subtree for 20. You have to compute height of this. And then you have a height of right subtree of 20. So this is the height, or this is the right subtree of 20. You have to compute the height of this. Find out the difference. That will give you the value of balance factor. Now, once you have this value for every node, then you have to check whether the balance factor is -1, 0 or 1 or not. So at any instance of time, for every node of a tree, the balance factor has to be -1, 0 or 1. No value other than this. It cannot be any other value apart from -1, 0 and 1. So that is the check you will be applying after every insert operation. So whenever you insert something inside a tree, after insertion is similar to the binary search tree. So the way we are inserting elements in a binary search tree, same algorithm applies here. But after the insert operation is done, you will calculate the balance factor, and then you will check this whether value of balance factor for every node is -1, 0 or 1. If for any particular node, if balance factor does not belongs to this three value, then you need to perform rotation for that particular node. So in case the balance factor is not this, the node will be rotated. Again, the rotation is being performed in such a way that property of binary search tree is maintained. It means that value on the left is always less than the node value, and value on the right is always greater than the node value. So basically there are different case of rotation. We will go into this, but before that let us first understand how we calculate the balance factor. So I have already given you this example. Okay, this is a sample tree in which we are interested in calculating the balance factor. So let's start from the leaf node itself. So okay, what is the balance factor of this node? Remember, balance factor is difference of height of left subtree and height of right subtree. For leaf node, there are no left and right, so obviously this will be 0. Okay. Next, again, this is a leaf node, so 0. Again, this is 0. Fine. So next, level up. So let's calculate the height of these nodes. Okay. What is the height of this? Oh, sorry, balance factor of this node? What will be the balance factor of this node? Balance factor is equal to the height of left subtree minus height of right subtree. Is there anything on the left or right? No. So that's why height of left subtree is 0, height of right subtree is also 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay. Again come here. Height of left subtree. Height of left subtree means this. So this is a single node. So height is 1. Here also height is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay. Here height of left is 0. Height of right is 1. So 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So this will be minus 1. Okay. Next. Here. Height of left subtree. What is the height of this tree? What is the height of this tree? Right, it's 2. And here it's 1. So this is 1 and this is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's why this is 1. Okay. Next. Here. For this node, height of left subtree. This is left subtree. The height is 2. What about right? Is there anything on the right? No. So that's why that is 0. So that's why this is 2 minus 0. So 2. Okay. Again, you calculate for this height of left subtree 1, 2, and 3. And height of right subtree, again it's 1, 2, and 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. Okay, fine. So this is how we calculate the balance factor. Remember, is this an AVL tree? Is this an AVL tree? I'm asking you. No, the reason is there is one node which has value as 2, which is not allowed. So minus 1, 0, and 1, that should be the value of balance factor for each and every node. So this is 2, that's why it is not allowed. So in that case, we need to perform something, or we need to do something on this particular tree to convert it into an AVL tree. So what is that something is basically a rotations. So let's discuss what are the cases where we require to perform the rotations. So these are the general cases where we will have the scenarios. Remember, these are the, let us first understand this terminology. This Z, Y, and X, these are the 3 nodes of actual node of a tree. This T1, T2, T3, and T4, they are subtree actually. So that can be anything on the right of Z. It is not just a single node, it can be anything, right? So that's why I've denoted it with the triangle. Triangle represents a subtree. So it can be one node, it can be no node, it can be multiple node, it can be anything. But it means that it's a subtree. T3 is a subtree, T2 is a subtree, and T1 is also a subtree. So this is one scenario where you have a situation where balance factor of Z is actually not minus 1, 0, and 1. So that means in this case, for example, this is my Z. Okay. This is my Z. Then child of the Z is Y here and X. So let us first understand there are 4 cases. First case is this. This can be one situation. There can be another situation is something like this. Okay, so where you have z over here, and then y, and then x. Now, what this x, y, and z means, that should be understood first, because otherwise you will get confused. See, remember, this is the topic which requires some understanding. Okay, apart from all the topic which we have discussed in this chapter, this is the most. I'm not saying it's difficult to understand, but you require something. Uh, you have to supply some intelligence over here. So basically, x, y, and z, they represent, z represents a node which is actually disturbing the tree. That means the balance factor of z is mm, is not equal to -1, 0, and 1. Now, when you have this scenario, then y will be the child of z. Okay, y will be the child of z, which comes in the way of x. So when you go inside, basically we have inserted, remember, we are inserting a node x value. So whenever we are performing insertion, I told you that let's say we are doing inserting something over here. Let's say we are inserting a uh, okay, in this case we are inserting some value. Let's say it is it's 34. Okay. So if I want to insert 34 inside this tree, remember I want to insert 34, वो कहाँ पे जाएगा? It's greater than 20, so goes here. It's less than 36, so goes here. It's greater than 29, so goes here, and it's greater than 33, so it goes here. Okay, so this is where your 34 goes, and this is my actually a node which is being inserted last. So this is the node which is inserted last. Now again I will compute the balance factor. Obviously, the node which is inserted, balance factor will be always 0. Here, see, whenever you are inserting something, you need to update the balance factor of this path. Okay, because that is going to be affected. Otherwise, no other nodes balance factor is to be affected. So this is my node which is being inserted. Now I will compute the balance factor on this path. So this is 0 here. It is left minus right. Left is 0, right is 1. So this is -1. Again, next in the path is 29. It is left minus right. Left is 1, right is 2. So 1 minus 2 is -1. And then again goes here. Left minus right. Left is 1, 2, and 3. And right is 1. So left minus right is 2. So that's it. Stop here. So this will be my z. Okay. Child of z, which comes in the way of the last inserted node, is my x. And the grandchild of z, which comes in that path, is this is my x, and this is my y. Sorry, again, my apology. This is y, and this is x. So this is x, right? So this is the node which is being inserted. You path or you traverse from that node towards root. You compute the balance factor. If the balance factor is not disturbing, then it's okay, you go ahead. But when the case comes where balance factor is actually disturbing, then you stop there. Mark that as z. Come here, the child of that which comes in that path is your y. And the grandchild of z which comes in the path of the last inserted node is my x. So I hope this is clear, X, Y, and Z. Okay. So using this understanding, let us now try to understand these four cases. There are four scenarios because logically these are the only four possibilities of positioning Z, Y, and X. So let's discuss how it is to be handled, and let's discuss how it will actually balance the tree. Okay. So let's see this first case. This is the case of left left. Left left means that y is on the left of z and x is on the left of y. That's why it is left left. When you have this scenario, you have to simply right rotate z. So this z will be rotated in the right direction. So let's try to do it. Control C, Control V. So what am I doing is rotating z in the right direction. So this is my right. Okay. Sorry. Rotating z in the right direction. So I'm rotating it. Obviously, when I rotate z, it will be rotated along with its right subtree. Okay. Y will take the position of z. So y comes here. Z will become the right child of y. Okay. But remember, this is binary search tree. So you can only have, it's a binary tree basically. So you can only have this case. So this is how it is being performed. Now you can see this is actually, it will be a balanced tree, height balanced tree. Okay. So remember what we have done, we have actually rotated Z along with T4. The right of Y, this is T3, will become the left of Z. So T3 comes to the left of Z and Y will become the parent of Z. Now you try to understand this from BST property, binary search tree property. Z, Y was on the left of Z. The reason for that is Y is less than Z. So when your Y is less than Z, that means Z is greater than Y. Because Z is greater than Y, it goes to the right of Y. Okay. T3. Okay. T3 is on the right of Y, which is actually on the left of Z. So that means anything in the T3 has to be less than Z because it is on the left side. So when you have this scenario, you can always take T3 on the left of Z. Second case, Y, T3. T3 is means is the right of Y. That means any value in the T3 is greater than Y. So that means T3 has to be always on the right of Y. It is on the right of Y. So it means that by doing this rotation, you are not actually disturbing the property of binary search tree, but still you are gaining the balance factor in the range of -1, 0, and 1. And that's why this is an AVL tree. Okay, this is just an example. We are not actually mentioning the balance factor over here. But once you do this, you will always have value within the range of -1, 0, and 1 for Z, Y, and X, all of this. So I hope this is clear. Let's go for the second case, which is a left-right case. Left-right means that Y is on the left of Z and X is on the right of Y. So when you have this scenario, first you need to visualize this, okay, and rotate this Y on the left direction. So in this case, there will be two rotation. First will be something like this, in which you will rotate Y. Okay. 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 Right. So what we have done, we have rotated this y. When you rotate y, your left will remain left of y. So T3 will be as it is. You are rotating y, so x will take its position. So x takes its positions of y. Okay. Again, when you are rotating this, x right will unchanged. So only case is this T1, which was on the right of y but on the left of x. So again, it will goes to the left of x and right of y. So T1 comes here. Okay. So this is the first rotation which is required to be performed. And then if you observe, this is similar to this case. Okay. This is again left, left. So do the same thing what we have done over here. So that means now we are rotating Z. Control C, Control V. So we are rotating Z now. So Z is rotated. So obviously it comes here. X takes its position. So that means Z will become the child of X and T2 will become the left child of Z. Okay. Fine. So this will be the scenario. And again, this will be a balance tree. So when you have this situation, this is how it is going to be done. There are two rotations which is to be performed. First you rotate Y and then you rotate Z. Rotate Y in the left direction and rotate Z in the right direction. Next case is right case. So it is similar to the or exactly the inverse of this. So exactly the inverse operation is performed. So instead of right rotate, here we are rotating Z in the left direction. So what will happen is Control C, Control V. So we are rotating Z. Okay. So Z is being rotated. So it comes here. Y will take the position of Z. And T3 will become the right of Z. And now this will be a balanced tool. Okay. Similarly, here in this case, you have this situation. Okay. So the first step is you rotate Y in the right direction. When you have right left case, you need to remember right left. So rotate Y in the right and then rotate Z in the left. That's why this is important. The naming. So rotate Y. So Y is rotated. So X will take its position. And T2 will become the child of Y. So this will be the case. Okay. Now again, if you see, this is similar to this case. So you are required to rotate Z in the left. So this will be rotated. So now my Z will be rotated in the left. So Z is rotated in the left. That means X will take its position. X, and this is T1 will become the right of Z. So now if you see, this is has to be balanced. Okay. So these are the four different cases which is required to be performed when your balance factor is not matching. So let us try to so let's take this example. Let's leave it. So let's say we are inserting some values. Let's make it simple first. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's say we are creating a AVL tree in which this 10 values is to be inserted. Okay, so obviously it's a binary search tree. So it will start with first 1, okay. Balance factor is always going to be 0 when you have only one node. Next is Control C, Control V. Let's change this. Okay. So next we are inserting 2. So 2 is greater than 1. So goes here. Let's try to check the balance factor. For newly inserted node, it will be 0. Obviously. And for this, it is left minus right. So left is 0. So right is 1. So this will be minus 1. Is it a AVL tree? Yes, because the balance factor is 0 or minus 1 or 1. Next, we are inserting 3. 3 is greater than 1, it is greater than 2. So when you are inserting 3, what happen is 1, 2, it's okay. It goes here, 3. Remember 3 is the node which we have inserted just now. That's why let's change its color. Now you will compute the balance factor in this path towards root. Okay. Control C, Control V. Balance factor, it's always going to be 0 for this. This is 0 minus 1, so minus 1. And here it is left is 0 and right is 2. So this is minus 2. Right? So now again, this is not an AVL tree. The reason for that is this value is minus 2. Now you just try to visualize this. This is which case? Which case is this? It's right, because this is the node which is inserted last. So you go towards root, whether you are or at a place where your balance factor is not matching, that will become your Z. Its first parent will become your Y and this will become X. So this is right case. In case of right, what you are supposed to do is you have to simply rotate this Z in the left direction. So this will become something like this. Okay. Now if you compute, the balance factor, it is 0. This is 0 and this is also 0, because left subtree height is 1, right is also 1. So this is 0 and 0. So now this is an AVL tree. Okay. So we inserted 3. Now let's insert 4. So 4. कहाँ पे जाएगा 4? So insert 1, insert 2, insert 3. Now we are inserting 4. So when you insert 4, it goes to the, obviously on the right of 3. Okay. So this will be the situation. This is 4. Okay. Again, compute balance factor. So this will be 0. This is 3. 0 minus 1. So minus 1. And here it is 1 minus 2. This is 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Okay. So after inserting 4, your tree is AVL tree. So remember, it is not necessary that after every insertion you need to perform rotation. Okay, there may be a case where you don't require to perform rotation. So this is an example of that. Let's insert 5 now. Control C. So insert 5. 5 कहाँ पे जाएगा? 2, 3, 4. Greater than 5. 5 goes here. Okay. So next step is you compute balance factor from 5 and towards root. So balance factor of 5 is 0, balance factor of 4 is 0 minus 1. So it's minus 1. Here it is 0 minus 2. It's minus 2. When you get this, you stop here, right? Right case. तो आपको देख के भी पता चल जाएगा कौन सा केस. So that means you require to perform rotation. So let's say how it going to be done. So this will be rotated here. So am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Okay, so there was network loss. So this will be rotated, so 4 comes here, and when it is rotated, positions are interchanged. Okay, so this will be the situation, right? Now you again compute the balance factor. This will be 0. This will be 0. And when, remember, you are going towards roots. 5, let's insert 6 now. Let's see. 5, right? So we are inserting 6. Obviously, it goes here. Six. This is 0. This is 0 minus 1. So minus 1. This is 1. Okay, here it is 1 minus 2. So minus 1. And here, the left one, on the right this is distance. This is which case? This is right, right. So whenever you have right, right, you are simply supposed to rotate in the left direction. Remember, right, right here. Right, right case, so you rotate Z. Z means these nodes will be rotated. So that means this 2 will be rotated. Rotated, when 2 is rotated, 4 will take its position. Whatever is on the left of 4 will apply to 2. 5, 10, 6. Right. So this will again compute the balance factor. So remember, right is minus 1, and here left is 2 and right is 2, so it is 0. So again, this is an AVL tree. Let's insert 7 now. 7. And you insert 7, goes here. Zero. This is minus 2 here. Again, this is right case, so rotate left. So this will be rotated in the left direction. So this is a rotation. So what will be the changes which is required to be made? That's it. Okay. So now if you check, this is -1 will become 0. This is 0. This is 1 minus 1, so 0, 2. So 0. Okay. So this is, sorry, it's 7. It's 7. Fine. So this is the situation after inserting 7. Okay. So again, compute the balance factor. 0 minus 1 here. This is 1 and this is 2. So minus 1. And here, this is 1, 2. And this is 1, 2, and 3. This is 2 minus 3. So minus 1. So after inserting 8, we don't require to make any changes. Okay. Then we insert 9. So insert 9. And you insert 9 goes here, and let's compute. This is 0, this will be minus 1. This is minus 2. When you reach minus 2, again this is right. So rotation is required. So rotation of this node is required. That means this takes here. Goes here. Okay. So 0. This is also 0. This is also 0. You should not stop here because you have to calculate till root every time. So this is goes upward again here. This is 1 minus 9. Now let insert 10. So when you insert 10, Then we'll go here, compute the balance factor. Okay, so 0, this will be -1, this will be 1 minus 2, so -1. This 1 minus 1, 2, and 3, so minus 2 means we have to stop. We need to perform rotation. So this is again right case in the left. Okay, so when you rotate this, these are the changes which is required to be made. Okay, so now let's compute balance factor. This will be 0, this will be -1. Okay, this is 0, this is also 0, this will be again 0. Here this is 2 minus 2, so 0. Okay, so this is again an AVL tree. Remember, at any point of time you are not disturbing BST property, binary search tree property. Okay, so if you observe that 2 is less than 4, 3, 6, 8. Okay, so I think time is up, so I will stop here. And if required, if you have any doubt, we can discuss one more example in the next. Fine.